Well, first off, where are you from?
Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, what made you come this way into the glass city?
Job for real. You know what I'm saying? I've pretty much done radio in every market in Ohio, except for Columbus now.
Okay.
So I was just looking for a gig at the time, and this job was open. Okay. So I said, I'm about to come on out here.
Oh, okay.
Rock,
So how long have you been doing radio?
I've been doing radio since 2000. Since
2000?
Yep.
Okay.
Started out in Cleveland. Was there for about 6 years. #1 night show in Cleveland.
Okay.
For 5 years straight. Then I ended up going to Dayton for about a year or so. Then I went to Cincinnati for about 2 years. Then I came out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So which city you feeling more welcomed, or that you can vibe with more?
Well, I always say Cincinnati raised me and Cleveland made me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
As far as my name and radio, no doubt, it's Cleveland.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
I'm always repping Natty. Even when I was there, I always got a Cincinnati hat on. You won't catch me with nothing but that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So have you getting that welcome here yet? Do you feel like people are starting to, give you that?
Not for real.
Not for real. I mean, it's hard here. That's why I asked that. Toledo is rough. People think, you come here Toledo, that's, it's a small town, but Toledo is rough on the edges. So.
I mean, they show me love, but at the same time, I don't think I made a mark like I made in all the other markets quite yet.
Okay.
But I mean, I just celebrated my 2-year anniversary here.
Okay.
On May the 1st.
Okay.
It's
been 2 years?
Yeah, it went fast, right?
Wow, it don't seem like that long. I can see maybe a year, but 2 years, okay.
2 years. Yep, I came in 2010. Yep.
Oh, okay. That's
so I'm starting to get a little more acclimated now, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I definitely like it, though. I definitely like the city a lot, definitely.
Okay, that's what's up. So where'd the name come from? Is that part of your name, or that's just a nickname you had?
Eddie is my name.
Okay.
And I was always a big dude, big like a truck, and I always had the big Eddie Bauer, Eddie Bauer trucks, the Expeditions. So I said, hey, I'm going to just take that for my name.
Right. Now, I didn't know if it was the fashion or what. I was like, okay.
Big truckness.
Big truckness. Okay, that's what's up. So, okay, as a radio personality, what's the best benefit you think it is? Being involved in this part of entertainment, being able to, of course, interview and meet new people or whatnot. But what would you say, what's the best benefit is as far as being in it?
For me personally, it's just the music itself. I got into radio because I started out as an artist. I started out rhyming or whatever the case. So the only reason I even got into radio was so I could get free instrumentals. And at the time around then, you know what I'm saying, the internet wasn't really as heavy as it is now.
Right.
So you had to literally get a copy of the vinyl or whatever for your instrumental. So, and I always loved music in general. So I think just being able to be in a position to help other artists get on, I think that's the most meaningful part to me. That's kind of why the name of my show is Give Me My Shine.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm in a position to help you as an artist to get your shine, you know what I'm saying? And I really like to do that, you know what I'm saying? Some people will be like, nah, I don't want to help nobody get on. I'm totally the opposite of that.
Actually, I'm glad you went into that, because I was going to say, here in Toledo, there's a lot of artists that have a lot of potential, but then there's a lot that just ain't got it, And then have you ever been in a situation where somebody was like, check the music out, let me know what you think about it, hopefully maybe you can play it on the radio, and you hear it and you're like, how
sometimes they're not for real.
how do you handle that?
I mean, you just got to be upfront and diplomatic at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be lied to or spun.
Right.
So, I mean, I've been doing this a long time, so I've heard a lot of artists. I've seen what it takes for a local artist to go from a local artist to a national artist.
Okay.
So, I mean, I feel like my opinion should carry some weight, but at the same time, you should never let one man's opinion stop you from doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just tell them, first off, say, for instance, if the sound quality isn't right, I'll just be like, okay, well, just go back and listen to the radio. You want the quality of your music, not necessarily what you're saying, but just the sound quality itself. You want it to sound equal to what's being played on the music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If the beat's not hot, I say maybe you should get with a different producer. You know what I'm saying? You don't never want to kill nobody's dreams, but at the same time, you want to, if they come to you for honest feedback, you want to give them honest feedback.
Right.
So, you kind of got to balance the line.
Right. Now, what's some of your upcoming things or like steps or goals in life that you have planned? Sounds like you had your foot into the performance and now you're kind of behind the scenes. So what are some of the things that you have aligned for yourself?
Well, like I said, I'm very passionate for radio and passionate for helping artists get on. So I don't necessarily want to manage artists, but I definitely want to be the link to connect people with managers or bigger name producers. Me personally, I just want to continue on in radio. Like, eventually, I'd probably like to get out of this market, maybe get out of the state, you know what I'm saying? Because I spent my whole career in the state. Mm-hmm. So I'd probably like to head down south, maybe Florida or Atlanta as far as the music game. But basically, I want to continue to help artists get on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So have you had along the way like different people that you idled or like that motivated you or was like an inspiration as far as the things that you wanted to do?
As far as the radio side?
Mm-hmm. Or even with the music, you know?
Not so much on the radio side. Like I kind of prided myself on being self-made. Like I'll give you the short, long version. I ended up going to broadcasting school. Well, I started out going to Kent State University. I ended up dropping out of there, and I was a fry cook in Cleveland at this restaurant called the Ground Round.
Okay.
So I was like,
I know Ground Round, yeah.
I was like, this can't be life. This can't be life.
Right.
So I ended up being up late, and I saw a commercial for a broadcasting school, and I went ahead and it's like a vocational school, the Ohio Center for Broadcasting. I ended up going there for 10 months, graduated from there, went to a job fair like a week out of school. The program director may have motivated me on the competitive side, mm-hmm. as far as me seeing the light that they was getting and be like, oh yeah, I want that. You know what mm-hmm. I'm saying? Like my man Sam Silk in Cleveland, he was doing afternoons in Cleveland at the time. He was probably the main one that really drove me to try to step my radio game up. You know? Okay. Learned a lot from watching him. Okay. So yeah, I would say him.
Okay. So what, like, have you ever been just like, man, I don't know about this, or like some stuff that's just, have you
some events hit and some don't, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I learned to take it all in stride as far as you can't let one failure determine your brand, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Because mm-hmm. the next week you might have an event where it's 3,000 people there, and the event before that it might be 50 people there.
Right.
So you kind of just can't take it personal. You kind of just got to continue to promote and be consistent with what you bring to the game. Mm-hmm. So there was never, I can't really think of anything that made me just want to step away from it or be like, yo, this is terribly whack and I don't want to do this no more.
Okay.
Nothing like that for real. Okay. But I mean, yeah, I've been a part of some terrible events and I've been a part of some amazing events too, you know, so it kind of goes both ways. Okay.
So, like, how can people, like, follow you or get to know you, or just, like, besides the radio and behind the mic, like, what people can do to,
you can definitely check me out on Twitter at Big Eddie Bauer, Facebook, Big Eddie Bauer, that's my Facebook page. And I be out here, like, you know, I'm a very approachable guy. I'm not, what do you call it, high maintenance or highfalutin. I'm very approachable, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you want to holler at me, just step two, you know what I'm saying? I be in the clubs, I be out and about around the town, so you see me, just come holler.
Okay. Any last shout-outs or words or anything that you would like to say?
Big shouts out to all the artists out here in Toledo. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all especially get to know me. I'm very well connected as far as the people that I can get you connected to and let you run from there. So make sure you do that and stay on your grind. Give me my shine, flat out.
I like that. All right. Well, thank you again for this interview, and I appreciate it.
No doubt. No problem at all.